Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with another tutorial on the request series. I'm going to be answering questions. People actually send me requests to my website about how can they do this, how can they do that. And today somebody actually sent me a request. How can they build a Modal login form? If the website boy could help them out. And today I'm helping them out. I'm actually made a tutorial just for them, right? For those people that want to learn about how to make a login form. It's gonna be crazy awesome, all right? So make sure that you take the time and you look at what I'm doing and actually stick with me. Don't quit the video. Pause it if you need to do something, but stick to it. You're gonna learn a lot. I promise you that. All right. So this is the request, and they want a login form. All right. I went a little bit too far, and actually I made a Modal login form tutorial for you guys. It's crazy, all right? It's crazy. You're gonna love it. It's a pop-up window right in front of your face with a login form, and then you can log in and download files into it. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be super simple, all right? So get a cup of coffee, get some water, get comfortable, and let's go ahead and start the tutorial. Alright, so for those of you out there that just want to submit your tutorial request to the website boy, this is what you would do it, alright? So if you have something that you want to learn and you haven't found it online, I can make the tutorial for you free of charge. All you have to do is go to my website address that you see right here, put the name of the tutorial that you want in a little form, and send it to me with no obligation, and I will make the tutorial for you, just to let you know, right? So if you want to be notified when you make a request about your tutorial that you want and that I will be making for you, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. And once you click on that button, you will be subscribed automatically. You don't have to do anything else if you are logged in to YouTube. All right, just keep that in mind. For those of you out there that see this thumbs up right there that you see on the screen, and you're watching one of my videos and you like it, please click that button there. All right, it helps me a lot, gives me a lot of motivation, keeps me up at night, wakes me up in the morning. Sometimes I can even sleep because I want to make more tutorials with all the likes that I get. You guys are awesome, seriously. All right, for those of you that already do this and like my videos, I really appreciate it. You keep me up and you keep me motivated all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and let's answer this tutorial right now. Alright, so in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build that login form. So let's go ahead. The first thing that we got to do is let's go to Chrome, and what I'm going to do in Chrome is I'm going to go to the Bootstrap website, because I want to link everything from the cloud. I want to link everything from somewhere else, just because I'm showing you how to do this the easiest way. Alright, so I'm just going to go on Google and say Bootstrap CDN. Alright, so we're gonna link Bootstrap via CDN. All right, so this is how we're gonna link Bootstrap. We're gonna grab one of these. I can just click there and get the rest, but that's fine. Let's just get this, and let's go ahead and make a file in our right here. I think I got another file here, and let's open our code editor. I have it in my other monitor. I will drag it here again, and I'm just gonna drag this file here and make a copy. I'm gonna do a save as. All right, so I'm gonna do a save as, and I'm gonna call this form, Modal form. All right, and then after I do the save as, I'm gonna delete everything because I want a fresh file. I created a little skeleton, HTML skeleton file here, and I'm gonna link all my Bootstrap up here. So link. All right, and I'm gonna put that address that I took from the internet right here to link it. I'm gonna put the HTTP in front of it, and now it should be linked. Okay, so Bootstrap, just to test if Bootstrap is available for us, let's make a quick button with a class of BTN and another class of BTN primary. Let's check that out. Click here, save it, Control S or Command S. Let's go back here. Let me double click it and let's check it out. This is actually not, this is the last one. I actually clicked on the wrong one, sorry. And we see that Bootstrap is working. All right, so let's go ahead and make this smaller because this is how I'm going to show you everything right here, so it has to be smaller. All right, and I don't need that anymore. All right, what I do need is to get the other stuff from Bootstrap, which I kind of close. So let's go ahead and do it again. Bootstrap CDN. Let's get that CDN JavaScript. I'm gonna put everything on the head. I usually don't do it just because I want all my CSS to load, and then I want my JavaScript to load after that. But just because I don't have anything else on this page, I don't have a lot of things, I'm just gonna put it on top, okay? And this is actually a script, src, and this is the script address. All right, so I'm linked there, and the good way of checking this, if I link this correctly, is by going to that file and refreshing, and I want to right click on it and actually not inspect element. What I want to do is view page source, and I go and click on that, and if it gives you this, then you are linked. Okay, so that's one way of doing this. Tutorial is going to be very nice. I know that you're going to love it, and I'm going to show you actually exactly what we are getting out of this. I forgot to show you that. So we are getting, and go to desktop and Bootstrap and test. This is what we are doing right now. Okay, so we're getting a, and this is actually looks a lot better. It's just that I have my big resolution, that's why it's like that. But anyway, you enter your email here. If you don't enter your email, you hit submit, you get a validation, and then you put your password in here, and you can even get a file downloaded into that there. That's my favorite card, by the way. Click open, and then you see that your file is right here, and that's how you can go ahead and put stuff in your server through a login form. All right, or you can just validate through a database. So it's really cool. So this is what we're going to be building right now. I just wanted you to get a little brief introduction into that. So now that we have this linked, the next thing for us to link is our jQuery. So let's go to Google, jQuery CDN. And I know this, by the way, I'm just letting you know how I do it, or so that way you can actually do it yourself. So we want to grab the compressed version, or let me see. All right, so I don't like the compressed version. I'm not gonna go into their site. Get out of here. I don't know why I clicked that. So let's get the minify version. All right, this one that I'm just getting right now, which is the jQuery 2.x, and I'm just going, let's get, I'm sorry guys, I just thought that it was a CDN here somewhere, but match CDN, and I think it's right here. Yep, that's where it was, somewhere here. There we go. Actually, it was by, all right, so let's get this jQuery right here, the one on top. All right, so it's in the, actually on their site on jQuery.com forward slash download. All right, so then I'm going to kind of put this before the JS actually. All right, and let's go ahead and test this out. So how do we test jQuery to see if it's working? Well, let's go ahead and make a little, we gotta do this anyway, but let's make a something like this, and actually let's put a script tag. What am I doing? Script tag, and let's go ahead and target this. So a $. Let's put a btn class in there, and let's put a click function. All right, so parentheses, bring it down. And then let's say when I click on that, I want to actually say I have an alert, right? I'll have one of those. Let's go back to our file, refresh, click on it. I don't get anything. And it's because it doesn't like me, because this is not linked right here. Don't forget that. Don't forget this HTTP colon, right? Because if you forget that, it's not gonna work. There we go. We click it and it's working. Nice, right? I like that bots. All right, so now that we know that jQuery is working, let's actually bring all that script tag down because we're gonna use it later on. All right. All right, so what do we want to build? All right, so the first thing is that we're going to build is this button right here. Let's give it a class because we're going to be targeting this later on. Class of login. All right, and click here to open Modal. Right, let's get that done, and let's make this large, btn large. All right, nice. And let's actually put that in the middle of the page, because right now I know you might not be thinking that this is important, but I want to do things right, and I'm just gonna put that in the middle there of the page. So the way we do this is by margin. Actually, sorry, what am I doing? Login right here, and this is via CSS. All right, so you see I put the two style tags in there on the before the head. All right, for those of you that don't know how to do that, and just follow me, you should be fine. Margin 0 means that left and right are going to be top and bottom are going to be 0, and auto is mean left and right are going to be auto. So if you don't know CSS, you should, and you should be taking a little course, a little class of CSS. I think I have some tutorials on my channel, so make sure you watch them. If I don't, let me know. I should have them. Refresh, and now this is right in the middle, right? That way when we don't have to go all the way over here to get that button. All right, so now that I have that button there, the next thing is building the modal. All right, so let's go down and build that. Actually, this is the head below this. All right, so let's make a little modal right here. So how we start this? We start actually making the form, actually, because the modal is gonna be inside the form. All right, well, let's build a form, and then no, all right, hold on, we need to build a modal. That's the first thing, and let's use a section to do that, and we're gonna actually put an ID of modal in there and a class of modal fade, and modal and then fade actually. All right, so we got that right. The section here, once we have this section of the modal, then we start putting things in there, right? We start putting the modal body because we need that. If we don't have that, it's not gonna work. And this is all Bootstrap classes, all right? This is not classes that I'm making up, all right? So let's just put a little comment here, modal body. Let's put a comment here also. Don't forget how to put comments. I forget because I'm just, my mind is all over the place, all right? So you should be not forgetting, all right? I'm your teacher, so I should be actually showing you how to do this better, right? But anyways, you got to give me a break. I'm the website boy. So anyways, so now we create what I want to create. So let's create a form right here. Now that we have that, so form. That's the action, meaning that when people click it, where they're gonna go, and they're gonna go to a page called login.php. We are not going to build that on this tutorial since we are not doing JavaScript right now or databases, but we will. All right, so I'm just letting you know. And usually in forms, you put something called a method. This is just to send a variable some information so you can validate with PHP. And something else too, you can pull row, and then this one you just call form. Okay, it's HTML5 stuff, and it's cool. HTML5, Bootstrap, they're all ready to go. So we're gonna comment this and call it form. Next thing is just I want to form groups, and this is how we do it in Bootstrap, right? We have groups, so classes that are gonna be named groups. So form, I believe, group. So that class is gonna enclose some stuff in here, some elements. Form group. Hope I'm not going too fast for you. Just follow what I'm doing. If anything, just pause the video and copy. And now for this form group, we're gonna put the input field here, but first we gotta put a label on it. If you've done HTML, you know what I'm talking about, right? So we put a label here for, I don't know, the email address or something. So first let's build a label here and say email. All right, email address. So that's the label. And then in the bottom of that, we put the input. I'll show you in a minute how that looks. Actually, I don't think we can see it because this is built into a modal, which is hidden right now. So text, that's the input that we are going to be, actually not text, we can use email. That way when we write our passwords, you see those little dots in there. Let's give it a class of form control. All right, and let's also give it an ID. We don't need to, but if you're gonna use this form, might as well just do that. And a placeholder attribute, which is like a value kind of thing, and then enter email. All right, so that's good. Let me just, all right, so we are done with this, and I don't think we can see it here yet. No, because that's hidden automatically when you put those classes, modal classes, they're already hidden. All right, so now that we have this form, the first one, let's just copy this one and let's do it 3 times. I think we need a password form, and right here this would be password. All right, this would be password. Actually, the email type that I was telling you about, it kind of validates your emails. It kind of helps out with that. So that's what that type email thing would do. And this password field will make things, when you write, it won't show your password. That's what the type is for. All right, and these are just Bootstrap classes. All right, so we're good with that. The next thing is that I want to put in there is a file. I want to be able to put a file in that form. So let's do that. And this would be type file. That way you can download a file in there. File input. All right. And actually right here, file right here, also file. If I make a mistake, just enter it right on your side, since I'm going a little fast, because if I don't, this would be a very long tutorial. I don't want you there waiting, even though you are learning something very good. Placeholder, I'm just changing them to the appropriate fields. Since this is a password, everything needs to be password on this form group, and here everything needs to be file things. All right, so we don't need actually much for the input. We just need this to be kind of we don't need any of this stuff here for this. This input just needs to be like this. That's all, and have an ID. And then here we can put a password saying, I Actually, we don't have to put anything there. Not password paragraph, but we don't have to. So we have three form fields there. All right. We don't worry. This looks good already, right? Just trust me on that. All right. And I'm just gonna want to build a div with a class of checkbox. I want to show you how to do everything from the ground up. That way you can get a good feeling on how everything is done. So we got a div with a class of checkbox. I'm gonna comment this right here. I'm gonna put checkbox label. All right, and we just I don't even need this. I just need to put the input right in the middle. Actually, I'm breaking all the rules today. All the rules. Input, and then this is just gonna be checkbox. All right, check me out. All right, and it's still I won't be able to see anything there. And then the last thing is, let's just hold on. Checkbox, I already have that done there. Indent this a little bit, make it nice and neat. I think we're doing a good job. All right, and I'm just trying to be neat, guys. You know, I'm not very neat, so I'm working on it right now. Something's wrong here. Model body, I messed up. Right here. All right, now it's fixed. All right, so now we need a submit button. So let's make that happen with a couple classes. BTN, I always use that. Those are Bootstrap classes, really nice. Gives a lot of styles. And let's just make this. Let's make it danger. Even though you shouldn't use that for a submit button, you don't want people to get scared, right? And let's make this type submit. All right, so now that our form the major thing is ready here, right? If I didn't have this modal classes, then we could see our form, right? It's just hidden right now from us right here. Our whole thing is there, right? Display none, and I will have to play around a little bit more to kind of get it to where you can see it, but just trust me, it's there. All right, but anyway, we're not gonna play around with it now. So let's go here, and so we got the submit. The next thing to do is we need to build a script. All right, so so this is the form, modal body, and modal. Let's build a script, and I got the script tags right here already. All right, maybe I'm not forgetting anything right now. I'm just so to build the script, we already got everything linked jQuery. We tested that in the beginning, so we're gonna write out code our jQuery in here, or JavaScript if you want to call it that. Document dot ready. This is just to make sure that the document is ready, that we can run jQuery, that everything loaded in the document. We got to, just to make sure. That's just a precaution function. All right, so oops. All right, and then you bring it down. All right, and then let's just do a test function. Let's see if that works out. We already did this, so it should work. Anyway, there we go. Refreshing. If you refresh, then you get that. So it is working. All right, so now what do we want to do? What do we want to target? Actually, we want to target this button right here. All right, that's what we want to target. When I click here, I want something to happen, right? I want that modal to open, right? And the way we do that is we $, and then we can do double quotes in there, and let's target that login. And then we're gonna say Let's use the on function there that takes a couple parameters. Then we say in single quotes click. So this is going to be an event handler, and then we put a function in there. And if you don't know what I'm doing, don't worry about it, just follow me. All right, so we are hooking up an event handler to the login ID, which is the button right here and which is right here. All right, so let me just, so that way it's clearer for you. All right, so what do we want to do when we click on that button? The first thing that we want to do is we want to grab that modal, and we want to do something with it, right? So let's grab that modal right here, which is that, and this is how you, this is actually from the modal, from the Bootstrap code, right? So this is all Bootstrap, just to let you know. All right, so modal, and then what we want to do is show colon true, and this should work out of the box right now actually. I don't know, it might not work. I don't know if I'm okay. It works. All right, so it is working. If we refresh it, but it's looking really bad because it's taking the whole page. We're gonna fix that right now. All right, so it is working. We got a little danger button here. It's cool, right? So let's go fix that. So we got it working already. So if you got this far and yours is working, perfect. If not, you can submit your question for help on my website on the question page, thewebsiteboy.com, questions/questions, or you can just look at it in the menu. All right, so let's, after we got this going there, let's just comment this and show modal. I'm just commenting this out. I like to comment because if not, then we have a problem. So now that that's working, let's go ahead and fix this modal. All right, so the way we fix that, we got a lot of room right here. Hopefully you're seeing this correctly. Modal, oops, that's an ID. We're gonna be targeting, and let me show you how to look for that. If you right click on it and inspect element, let me see if I can pull this right here, and you go to the modal, the top, it has to be the really top modal right here, and then you go and you click on this plus here on Chrome, and you say width 500 pixels, and you see that it got smaller, right? And then you start styling it from here, from the inspect element, and then you copy all that code into, you know, whatever you want. So we already did that, and let's say I want the background to be different. I don't want the background to be clear background like that. I want it to be something like CA. I think, yeah, that's fine. All right, so a little more settled, right? And let's do a height, because this is right now is huge. It's all the way to the bottom. All right, so height, we're gonna do 300. Let's see if that works out. That's fine. All right, we'll probably make it smaller than can we make it 4? We can make it any size we want. 4 is fine. And let's go ahead and do also some box shadow. I like that, the way that looks. 0 pixels, 10 pixels is fine, and 4 pixels. Get some back shadow in there. Ooh, Domino's Pizza, nice. Anyways, all right. So another thing I want this modal to be showing right in the middle of the screen. So we want to do that. Let's go ahead and let's do a margin 0 auto. There we go. That went in the middle. Let's do a margin top to bring it down a little bit. Margin top, and then just do 1%, and then just keep going with my arrow keys on the mouse. So I'm gonna put my cursor again there and just arrow key, and I think that's fine. I think we could see it there a little more. It's just that my resolution on my monitor is really low. So all right, that's fine. All right, so I want to copy all this stuff, all this code. Another thing that I want to do, those edges are kind of square. Let's just make those edges border radius. Let's just make those edges a little more round, as you can see. All right, and we're gonna copy all this. There we go. And let's take it back to our editor. Let's see how that looks over there. Let's put it right here. Paste. And let's see if we can apply those immediately. Let's just refresh, click on it, and boom. There you go. All right. And now if we click out, we have a problem. We all right. So refresh, click here again. Well, that does not work, but I'm gonna show you right now how we can make a little button right here. When we click it, it's gonna go away. All right. One thing that I was just seeing here, it's something that is called backdrop. I was gonna show you how to change the color on that, but we are running out of time and I'm hungry. This is the backdrop right here, and I wanted to show you how to mess around with this. Let me see if I can. Oh, oops. No, that's when. All right, you can change the color on that. But anyways, I'll do it in another tutorial. I can show you how to mess around with the colors in the back. But I think you came here just to learn how to get this form ready. So you already learned that, but I'm gonna show you how to put a little button here, and it's gonna be pretty fun. So because you want it when people click it, you want it to go away. You can click it right here around here, and it goes away. Well, it's making me. There we go. Well, it's making me look bad. It's not doing it. But I'm going to show you right now to put that button. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so let's put that button right here on top, somewhere inside the form actually. I'm just looking for my form tag right here. This is my form. I'm going to put the button right here. All right, so it's going to be a button with it's going to be calling a function. And the function, I'm gonna make it right now, but follow me. So we're gonna create a spam with an ID of close. I think that should be okay. And let's just give it a couple of classes because we want this button to look good, right? So glyphicon. Guys, we almost make it. If you're making it so far with me, you're doing great. Keep it up. Don't give up. You're gonna learn a lot. Glyphicon. All right, so I think I'm spelling it right. Yep. And then the glyphicon that we are doing is called remove, and then circle. And there we go. And let's just check that out. Refresh. Click the modal, and we have a little thing right here, but it's not doing anything right now. And then we want to move it all the way to the right. So we can move this with another class on Bootstrap called pull right. Pull right. And let's just look at it again. And then you see it's right here. You can make this bigger too, and I'll show you in a minute how you can do it. All right, so we're almost there, guys. Don't give up on me. All right, so and all right, so we're almost there. All right, so now let's build a function for this button right here. Let's actually create an attribute called onClick, which is going to be making our, it's going to be calling our function onClick, click, and then equal sign, double quotes, and let's just call this function close. And this is a JavaScript function, or you can say jQuery, but same thing. We just jQuery is a library. It's a easier way of writing it. So let's make the function right here. So all right, right in between here, all we got to do is call that grab whatever it what was the name of that ID? It's called close. All right, let's call that with jQuery and double quotes close. Right, so when we click on close, right, but let's do the event handler right now. On click, comma, function, parentheses, both of them, and then a square curly brackets, both of them, and then bring it down. All right, we're almost done. Don't give up on me. You can do it. All right, you're gonna learn a lot. Modal, and then we gotta target that special function, modal, and then hide right here in the middle. That's the parameter, the value we give in this function there. So now when we click on that ID close, let's just put the pound or hash in there. When we click on that ID, I want I want you to hide, right? So that's basically what we're saying here. I was trying to look for a very scientific kind of approach to tell you, but I couldn't find it. So refresh, click on it, and then click on this. Gone. Yeah, nice. If you made it this far, you are the man or the lady, right? But anyway, let me show you how to color this and how to make it bigger, right? So let's go back, and all we got to do is get this class right here and target that. You can just target that class right now straight from there, right here, Glyphicon. And what was the all right, so what we got to do is target that class is font size. All right, so I gotta get my coffee already. I'm a little tired. And so the font size, we make it bigger, right? And then we do a little padding because it's gonna probably need a little padding, and just maybe 2 pixels is fine to put all around. And color, let's give it a red color. You can give it any color you want. It really doesn't matter. Refresh. Click on it. Ooh, that's too big. That's a lot of padding there. So I'm gonna take that padding off, and that red, you might want to change it. So I'll take the padding off, but I want something else to happen here. I want it to, so when I click it, there's still too much there. All right, I'm gonna have to position this up here with position absolute. And if you know how to do that, you can go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna create a hover effect, meaning that when I put my mouse over, I'm gonna change it to a different color. I want to do that now, but let's just right here, and then I want to change this to maybe green or something. And the font size, I don't want to change that. So if I refresh, click on it, and I put my mouse over it, nothing happens because I did put the hover, but this is wrong right there. Fix that, click on it, and now it's green. Okay, let's put a position absolute on this thing on close. Let's just grab the ID name close, and let's do it on close. I don't want to mess around with the glyphicons. I want to leave them the way they are. So position absolute right, and I want a 0 on the right, and I want it to be on the right all the way and on top all the way. Let's see if that works out without looking at my inspect element on it. Click on it, and of course that's gonna do this. And because I don't have the semicolon there, save, refresh, there we go. Now we have this on top here. Okay, so as you can see, we created, and if you try to put your email there and click submit, you get a validation. This is HTML5, baby. Really cool, right? And so let's say, for example, I put something like, actually I put my email address, support at the website boy. I'm not afraid to give my emails. Don't spam me though. Right? I put you in my spam folder. The website boy. How can I forget my name? Some password, which I'm not gonna tell you. And I want to download a file. I want to download a BMW. That's what I like right there. And open. There we go. You see that file right here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and check this guy out because he says check me out. And then I said submit. And of course, it's gonna send me to a login.php page, which does not exist. And this is actually to process the form. And we're gonna be doing that later on some tutorials. All right. I just haven't had that request. and doing other things. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I know it was long, but you did a good job. You waited out. You learned a lot, and I hope you liked it enough to give me a like, or to share it with your friends, or to favor on Twitter, put it on Facebook. Thank you so much again. May your day be well. Keep learning. Don't give up. The more you learn, the more value you're gonna have, and the more you can help other people. So take care, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Don't forget to ask if you need help. Don't forget, if you need a tutorial, you can always count on the website boy to make one for you. See you again on the